Miss Toy. Knowledge, power, respect. Click the link and like. Knowledge, power, respect. How you thinking right? Knowledge, power, respect. Third eye bright. You'll see the light. You the key to life. Knowledge, power, respect. Click the link and like. Knowledge, power, respect. How you thinking right?
Yeah.
Knowledge, power, respect.
Sugar on me
Knowledge, power,
toy.
respect. Knowledge, power,
Get 'em.
respect. I'm the key to life.
KPR Network, go get you some game and catch them on the replay doing they thing. DJ Pudge, hey, wake with the bacon. Roll came to slay like every single day. Put some respect on our motherfucking names. We defeat them lanes in every damn lane. You can keep the fame, I'ma keep them all shook. Collaboration with the lovely radio, a good look. Hey, facts on top of facts, I keep them stacks on. Knowledge over everything, why you think we blaze on? Power to my melanin pack, it's 50 years strong. Respect to the queen, that's how we got this dope song. Mobbing in deep, timeless music lives long. Trending with the topic, staying in my zone. Pay close attention when we touch this microphone. Knowledge, power, respect, gon' keep they fucking mind blown.
Knowledge, power, respect. Click the link and like. Knowledge, power, respect. How you thinking right? Knowledge, power, respect. Third eye bright. You'll see the light. You the key to life. Knowledge, power, respect. Click the link and like. Knowledge, power, respect. How you thinking right? Knowledge, power, respect. Knowledge, power, respect. Knowledge, power, respect. I'm the key to life.
I think it's magic. Oh, I think it's magic. Yeah, I think it's magic.
I got soul, and I'm super bad. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ro at KPR Network.
Push 55, all the way live. What's good, y'all?
Hey, it's your man Oliver Baker, aka Bake Boogie, also known as your mama's favorite stepdaddy. You dig? And what's happening, y'all?
What's going
up?
on?
Hey.
We have got a guest in the house today, one of my long-term friends, and a beautiful woman that I work with, and she is just a phenomenal lady. Michelle Quintero, we welcome you.
Thank you, Rashonda. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Great. So before we tap into Michelle's life and all the things that she does in the day of a life of Michelle, let's get into our Black history, as it's Black History Month. So we're going to tap in. It's interesting because what I chose, and we have, Michelle, you're Mexican American, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So we have her here today. And it's funny because I didn't even put this two together, but it just goes to show how Black and brown people have been united. So thousands of enslaved people in Texas fled slavery and found freedom in Mexico. Mexico was one of those places where Black people could go and were received and, were shown love. Shown love by fellow brown folks, The well-known Underground Railroad to the north helped enslaved people flee slavery to northern states and to Canada. However, there was another path in the opposite direction that provided a pathway to freedom south of the border. And enslaved people in Texas surrounded areas took the path through the forest and desert with the help of Mexican Americans, German immigrants, and some white couples, the abolitionists, right? Living along the Rio Grande. Mexico abolished slavery in 1829, and it was a generation before President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. So shout out to Mexico.
Shout out to Mexico.
Okay.
Hey, Ro, it's interesting because me and Pudge have been researching a lot of that over the past year. And
Okay.
I had just put something up. I think you saw it where it was talking about how in 1492, the Spanish Inquisition or the Spanish folks was coming in, but they had Black people with them, as their navigators and stuff like that. And so, but when they got here, it was already black people here already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, it's a trip.
And we know California has been, it's pretty much, it's Mexico.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? It's
Yeah.
theirs. And so, it's just one of those things. But yeah. So, yes. So salute to those ancestors that were enslaved. Happy Black History Month. And salute to all our Mexican ancestors that helped them be free.
So,
Michelle.
Bro.
So I wanted to have you on the show today. We wanted to have you on the show today because you work in the insurance industry, a very white male dominated industry. And so tell us just a little bit of how you got involved, how you got into this industry.
I don't think anyone really wants to be in insurance. I was a single mom. I needed to get a job that would help me bring my daughter, give my daughter a comfortable life. At this point, I was working in the hotel industry. I was in their national sales. I've always been in sales. I think that's just a gift I was born with, a gift of gab. I think I have an energy that resonates with people and I like people, so it works well. I'm not a used car salesman. I like to actually listen to people, and I was bored. I was very complacent at my job, and I logged into Monster back in the days. That's how we found jobs. So I went on Monster and I noticed a job description for an insurance broker, and it said entertainment. It was for Aon Albert G. Rubin. So I applied. I was 22 years old, 22, and I applied, and they hired me, and they were paying decent money for, back in the days, a girl out of high school, no college degree, an ex-drug addict, and I was getting paid decent money. And I thought, oh my God, I can do this. So I landed in insurance, entertainment insurance, and I knew nothing about insurance back then except that I needed to carry it on my car, and I had it for my medical. It was very fun to get into it. And back in the days, we had the company I worked for was insuring people like Michael Jackson and Madonna and all these people. So it made a boring industry fun,
Yes.
And the rest was history. I stayed in there, and I was able to make a good living for my daughter and I. It was good. It's been good to me. Can't complain.
That's right. And so there's, we don't typically see too many women of color get to the heights of where you are. They're there, but it's not a lot, right? Because it is a male dominated industry. And we've both working at the same place have had the opportunity to work under a woman who created the business. She started from scratch, and her story and everything, and growing the business to a multi-million-dollar company, even billions probably. And so how have you been able to navigate? Because there's so many women who work in corporate America who feel like they hit this ceiling, or they can't get past, when the industry is male dominated. How did you persevere?
Well, I've always been a survivor. My life, as I'm sure everyone on this call, we've all been dealt cards that we've had to survive, and we've had to, find our inner strength to do it. I don't have an alternative, bro. I am the backup plan, I was very blessed to work with Diane. She is one of my biggest inspirations. She paved the way for people like us to be able to come into this industry and be successful and, command respect in a male dominated industry. I've also always believed in myself. I have a very crazy belief in myself that I'm going to do things, and I'm going to be able to make things work. I'm also blessed to work with my friends. I've got a great team of strong women who take the time and are passionate not only about our friendship, but about what we are doing together as a collective. You know, I often joke with you guys that we are building our own table, and that at our table, everyone sits at the, you know, at the front of it, because this is something we're all doing together. I decided to get creative. I am, you know, Latina. I wanted to, it's nice to ensure the, you know, American bands, but I wanted to ensure my people. I wanted to be able to go out there and do something that no one was doing. I started focusing on the Latin market and using, you know, something that comes natural to me by speaking Spanish to be able to attract and go after, you know, the up and coming artist. And, you know, God was in my corner because the Latin market just took off. It exploded right during COVID, you know, and it was, I've been doing entertainment insurance for over 25 years. I've been selling all my life in our jobs, as have you. I decided to take the leap last year, and, you know, it's been good to be a salesperson on commission only, which was scary because, you know, you don't have.
Yeah. So many, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's big. That's big, you guys, because so many people in the insurance industry, you know, start off in the servicing side. And a lot of times they want to jump into sales, right? But it's scary because it's like you're giving up this
salary,
this paycheck, the salary that you know you're gonna get, you know, to like, and you really got to get out there and hustle. And I've just always, that's one thing about Michelle that I've always admired about you girls, like you just getting out there and doing it. And that has opened up the door to show other women that it can be done, you know. And that's just a beautiful thing.
We have been blessed, we've been blessed to be surrounded by a lot of strong women before us.
Yes.
Not a lot of them, you know, women of color. And that's primarily why I decided I wanted to have my team be, you know, a reflection of what I love and what I embody, right? All of the people on our team are women of color. Every single one.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So kudos to that.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes us stronger. And we've been able to go out and meet with, you know, another thing that I do differently is a lot of people that are producers want to hold on to that credit. They, you know, they want their team to be just on the back end doing their job, and they want to take that credit, right? When I go out to meet new clients, I bring Rashonda, I bring Esther, I bring Nydia, because I'm not doing this on my own.
Right.
You know, we're stronger with numbers. And we had a meeting with a business manager who, you know, sat in the meeting and said, I like that you're bringing your team. And I like looking across the table and seeing that you guys are all women of color, you know? And I just think it's a beautiful thing. It's our time. You know, we've sat here, we've dimmed our lights for all these people, and we've sat here and done the work for them and been behind the scenes. And, you know, that is not happening anymore. And if they're upset, or if they're, you know, if they're angry and they can't deal with their lives, they need to get themselves some shades, because we're not dimming it anymore. You know, we are not dimming our light anymore. You know?
That's right. That's right. That's right. So shout out to all the independent women out there, and, you know, who are just trying to get to that next level. Because I know that's been the page that you've been on, and you raised your daughter, your beautiful daughter, Mina, and have been able to give her quite the charmed life, right?
I mean,
and that's hard.
My life, my baby.
So something else we wanted to tap into, because most people don't really know about the genre of insurance that we're in, with it being entertainment. You know, we talk about insurance and people just think homeowners, auto, you know, like you said. And I can relate to that. Like, getting my first entertainment insurance job, I was like, what? Entertainment insurance? You know, never knew. And of course, like you said, that makes things so much better because it is very boring profession.
Yes,
very redundant, right? And nobody likes insurance, right, y'all? it's one of
Right.
those necessary evils, you know.
Yeah, but when that stage collapses,
Right?
So like
Astro World
that.
was like it was a wake-up call.
9:06 p.m. Travis Scott starts his performance. His girlfriend Kylie Jenner, their 3-year-old daughter Stormy, and Kendall Jenner watch from a VIP booth. The crowd includes other young children, like this little type. Trouble begins almost immediately. 9:11 p.m. Thousands of fans rush to get closer to the stage, crushing fans up front. There is panic as some fans try to escape over security barriers. Travis Scott, unaware of the impending doom, pumps up the crowd.
I want to see some rages, man. Who want to rage, man?
9:30 p.m. Medics in a golf cart try to make their way through the throng. CPR is being performed on one of the victims. 9:34 p.m. A hero emerges. Concert goer Sienna McCarty, a senior at Texas A&M, pleads with the cameraman to help her get the concert stopped.
It really is. Yeah. There's a lot of things, a lot of nuances, a lot of not specialized products that a lot of people don't know about, right?
Yeah. So tell us about that. What was that with Travis Scott? What was that called again?
Astro World, that festival where the people were trampled on. It was, I think it was issues with just the logistics of the actual concert. And that is the reason why nowadays our clients are paying a lot more money on umbrellas and higher limits, whereas before, a couple years back, well, the higher you went on your umbrella limit, the cheaper the cost was, because you weren't looking at those catastrophic losses. Now we're getting into second or third layers, and they're paying the same as they were paying on their primary, because now something like this will happen and then a kid's gonna die, or God forbid, but that's what Astro World taught us, right?
I have a question.
Yes.
What did R. Kelly teach y'all?
Not to mess with older men. Keep your girls on lock. Be a good parent.
So from an insurance standpoint, Michelle, like how people like R. Kelly, and now you have P. Diddy.
The attorneys were really brilliant. They didn't sue just Diddy, they sued his corporations.
They sure did.
And they sued his corporations and sued in her capacity as an employee. When you do that, it triggers commercial liability insurance. Yeah. And it triggers another policy called directors and officers. Okay. And we know he's a director of these companies as the CEO. So now you got two policies. What happens then is it takes away Puffy's ability to settle. It's not his choice no more.
So it's no longer personal accountability. It's his organization.
It's his organization. And it's no different than like if you hit somebody with your car. Mm-hmm. Let's say you have State Farm. Mm-hmm. State Farm gets to decide to settle, not you. You could say, I didn't run the stop sign. That's not true. They're lying. If State Farm says, we don't care, we did our investigation, we're settling. That's it. That's what happened here. So because they added those claims, the corporate insurance carrier got to say, read over and say, oh, hell no, we giving her the money.
We're hearing you. Diddy's public reputation is done.
It's done.
Yeah.
And if he wants to be able to leave anything to his children, he needs to walk away from all of these corporations.
Damn, he can no longer be the head of his corporations.
Well, remember, didn't I say directors and officers liability?
Yeah.
More than likely, what will happen is those insurance companies, they have the ability to say, we won't renew your policy if he continues to be a director or officer.
So how does that affect insurance? Like, how does that affect the entertainment world of insurance?
Well, it's going to force these artists to get EPLI and professional liability, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, EPLI is what?
Employment practices liability. That's going to protect, if sexual harassment or wrongful termination, but there is no insurance for pedophiles. There is no insurance for dirtiness. I mean, we're now talking about, P. Diddy or, R. Kelly, but you've had people like Weinstein and Jeffries do this and have been doing this forever, right? Yeah. So, I mean, insurance doesn't protect that type of stuff. We don't protect intentional acts.
Yes.
That's and I think there's also an exclusion for stupidity. Right, bro?
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah, you can't insure stupid, right?
But it's a good thing. Like, I mean, insurance, yeah, you know, we don't think about it until something happens, right?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it is also educating, you know, our people, educating people that don't understand the importance of it. You know, you can't come and buy insurance the day of something because you see it, you know, there's a fire next door. You can't call your insurance agent and say, oh my God, guess what? Now I want my fire insurance. Or in the middle of an earthquake, you can't say, oh, I'm going to go get my earthquake insurance. These are things you have to get before. And even though, I mean, it's a tax write-off, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you guys are going to need insurance, but you've got, you know, one of your co-hosts is one of the best insurance brokers there is. So when you need it, I'm sure Ricardo will take care of you guys.
That's right. And she's one of the best hosts there is. Hey, at this time, since I got this time, I want to shout out our sponsors. That's same team, Black Clothes Designer by Cyrus MTV. Shout out. He just had a baby named Cyree. And we also want to shout out
congratulations.
I always do this. Who's our other sponsor?
Sugar High.
Sugar High, Sandy. Yeah, go get waxed and all that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get on the TV screen looking hairy.
And if you do get waxed, make sure you have a couple of days before you go on TV, right? Because my forehead's a little red today.
See, did Ro tell you about the experience to getting waxed and all that?
Yeah, I saw it on her thing. She posted a story.
Yes, we gotta get you in there. Can we get you in there?
Yeah, we gotta get you over there to say
Yeah, definitely.
And
I was really nervous about coming on here, you guys. I'm a little crazy. I'm like an extroverted introvert. I get a little nervous. I told Ro, what if I don't know how to talk when I'm on there?
No, you're a great guest.
Yeah, she talks so good though. She thinks that, but that's how she's been able to create this multi-million-dollar book of business and everything that she's doing because she can talk.
Thank you.
And she's very informative, bro. She's very informative. Yes. I was just like, wow. Thinking about how can I get into this, white male-dominated industry, bring some black color over there.
Yes, but you guys, we are the untapped markets that these people don't know how to infiltrate because, part of being a salesperson, you got to play to your audience. People of color don't want to sit there with white people telling us what we need and what we don't need.
Yeah.
And I know, I get in the door with people, white people because I look at it, I am Mexican. 100%.
As soon as you start speaking, we can hear that. We hear that.
Right.
Hey, Pudge, tell them where they can hit us up, Pudge.
I was just about to say that.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, of course. You can hit us up at KPR_network on Instagram. You can hit us up here on YouTube at KPR Network. Also, you can find us with a question, or if you have a topic or want to be a guest on our show, you can try us up at thekprnetwork@gmail.com.
Awesome. So, Michelle, you had mentioned, these areas of interest, like you work with business managers. So let everybody know, like, what the business managers, like how that even works. These business managers who work with these entertainers.
So business management firms are CPA firms, right? These are when you get to a certain level of financial, I guess, freedom or affluent, being affluent, you don't want to pay your own bills. So you hire a CPA that's going to pay your bills. It's going to track your spending. And these business managers now have relationships with brokers, and we take care of all of the clients on their roster, right? All of their clients. So our client isn't really the artist. Our client is the business manager, the people we deal with day to day.
Yeah. So,
and it's an education process to everybody. No one likes insurance.
Yeah, nobody likes insurance, especially when we show them those premiums and they're like, but, the good thing is the coverage can be tailored to their needs. And of course, we always want to make sure that they see what their needs actually really are, right?
And it's not, you guys, it's not only going to affect people that have money. We're all living in California, right? Everyone on this call is in California.
Yes.
Our car insurance, you guys, is going to go up 20%. That's whether that's whether you've had at renewal. So whenever your policy renews, it's going to go up at least 20%. That's whether or not you've had, accidents or tickets or anything. If you can be the best driver, your home insurance is going to go up. I mean, we are in a time right now with personal insurance is going to suck. Our rates, everything is going to go up.
Now, Michelle, is this just California or is this
New
something
York
that
and Florida, I think.
Major markets?
Yeah, I think it's markets that have, us, earthquake and fire are our biggest, concerns here. New York, I think it's just the older buildings.
Yeah.
Right. And then Florida, you've got hurricanes. So the thing is that the insurance companies lost a lot of money with COVID. They weren't able to recoup a lot of their premiums. They gave us a lot of discounts. I don't know. I was real happy when I was getting those notices. Oh, your premium's going to go down. And, none of us were driving. So they're trying to make their money back is what it is.
That's really what that is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, when you said that, I did receive an email from my auto insurance carrier. And yeah, it's going up next month. That's when mine renews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like these companies are only giving us or giving people on salary 3% raises. That doesn't even cover the increase on your damn car insurance now.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you say to somebody, Michelle, who was actually, because like how Bake said, I want to find out how I can get into this entertainment.
Or give me a woman out of that industry or something, bro. Come on now. Hey, hey Buzz, Robin, hold it out. Hey,
hold out on the goods, boy.
Hold it out on the goods. You got all these good color, make money, and you ain't say nothing.
Insurance is something you can get into. The smarter you are, and street smart, right? You can make a lot of money in insurance. It's been very good to me and my team. And I was able to put my daughter through college, by myself. It was good. It's good.
Yeah.
Salaries are pretty good.
Yeah. Especially in the entertainment market, yep. I think, and there's people of color, Mexican people, Black people, but
Asian people.
I think Asian people as well, Middle Eastern people as well, but I think it needs to be more. And I think people need to see more of us so that, like you said, we're educating them because they feel, when people see someone that looks like them, they want people they can relate to. Right. Mm-hmm. Remember, Michelle, tell the story about when we were going to see a business manager and we were told to take someone.
Oh my God, we were going to go see it. We had a new client and they told us, I think you should take a Jewish person. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, because the guy who
was Jewish happened to be
young
Jewish.
Man who happens to run this business manager business management firm, the young Jewish guy. But it wasn't so much about that. It was about, he may be Jewish, but this is a young man who is dealing with rappers. He's dealing with rock stars. He, and you got to be able to speak that language,
right?
So you have a lot of that old energy, the way they did things back in the days, 20, 30 years ago. Yep. It's not working, right? You have to have something new and fresh and young.
Colors, tattoos, whatever is going to appeal to this new generation. You can't walk into a young person's firm in a suit, all suited and booted. They're going to think that you're the IRS or, a cop. No, right. With that, they want to be able to relate to you. They want to be able to talk to you and say, hey, this person is authentic. They're not trying to sell me something I don't need. They're listening to my concerns. They're listening to what keeps me up at night, and they're going to help me. But they want to be able to look at you and relate to you,
Yeah. Michelle, who are some of the big Latin stars out there that are, just out there doing the music right now?
Oh, my God. I was just looking.
Carol G.
Carol G. We have Carol G, who's incredible. She's the Woman of the Year, right? And speaking of, she actually brought out a 16-year-old, I think he's 16 or 17-year-old up-and-coming artist, Ro Javi.
Wow. Oh, she's part of Javi?
Yeah, no. She has a song with him.
Wow.
This
Okay.
kid, Javi, if you guys don't know about him, he is a regional, he's a Mexican American who blew up on TikTok and on YouTube. This kid is going to be insane. Insane. He has one
Wow.
of the most uniquely sounding voices. He kind of sounds like Peso Pluma, but different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got him, you know, everyone knows Bad Bunny conquered the world. This guy
Bunny.
is
Yeah.
just Bad Bunny is just, you know, insane.
What's the name? Anuel?
Anuel too.
Anuel.
He just took Carol G's position on I think Billboard. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Wow.
you know, the regional music, Mexican regional music is going to make a big hit, I think, in 2024, 2025.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
You know what I was just thinking about when, as she was talking, the sister was talking. I was thinking about the Rata. What's his name? Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? So,
Yeah.
but he needs some insurance, don't he? He needs bodily insurance.
He needs to get himself some bodyguards so he can't, you know, you don't get jumped at the gym.
Yeah.
Now, Michelle, real quick, speaking of somebody like Takashi, when they have that type of background, right? It's hard to insure them, isn't it?
It's difficult. I mean, these underwriters, and you know, a lot of celebrities have their online persona and then they have the real person, right? And they post things on the internet to, you know, appease their, you know, fans or their the type of people they're following.
For
you
the
know,
oohs and
underwriters-
ahs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And underwriters are looking at that stuff. People are looking at everything. If you're sitting here and you're posting, you know, I like to fight or I like to do this, it's going to be very difficult for your brokers to get insurance because people are actually looking at that and seeing, you know, they take into account, you know, what type of crowd you attract. If you incite your crowd, if at your concerts you like to sit there and, you know, get your crowd all rowdy. Those are things that underwriters are going to look at, you know?
Yeah.
So country music is going to always be so easy to insure because no one's going to be doing anything, you know?
Gangster rap?
Gangster rap, believe it or not, older gangster rap is easy. Also, you know, we used to have a hard time insuring, like, you know, the Smokeout Festival, but it wasn't until underwriters realized when you get a bunch of high people, they're actually trying to vibe. They're trying to have a good time. They're not trying to fight. Everyone's too tired to fight, right?
That's right.
So, I mean, things are changing. You know, as things in the world are changing, things, you know, but no one likes to insure people that have, if you Google their name and they've had gun charges or domestic violence charges, or no one, you know, it's going to be very difficult to get, at least, and especially your personal liability.
Question, ladies, is Kanye having a hard time?
God, Kanye's been having a hard time for a very long time to get insurance. Kanye's a genius, though. I like Kanye. Leave him alone. He has some problems.
Yes, Mom.
Yeah. Well, you guys, that was the world of insurance taught to us by Michelle Quintero today. And I'm excited. I'm happy. Like, I'm one of those women on her team, and it's just a beautiful thing. And I think that's something that the world needs to see and hear more about, women conquering in these types of industries and building each other up and actually having a team. We're an example that women can work together. Michelle herself is an example of a woman who can be at the top and bring other women with her and not be, you know, competitive and trying to just keep the light and the money for herself. She spreads it. She spreads it, y'all. I'm a living testament to that. She spreads the knowledge, the wealth. And it's a beautiful thing when you work with someone like her, because you learn and you get to shine. You have people who only want their team on the back burner and they only want to be the forefront, right? But when you have people that can bring you up and lift you up as they go up, that's the most important thing in all corporate America. And you don't see that a lot. I mean, maybe it's starting to happen more, but we still need it to happen even more. especially in male-dominated industries and especially with women of color. So salute to you, Michelle Quintero. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we really enjoyed having you and speaking to you and you sharing, you know, this industry. You know, and I would encourage people out there, you know, look into getting into the insurance industry, especially people of color. I think that more is needed.
Yes.
More is definitely needed in this industry.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ro, for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And to that I say, each one teach one. That was one of the first things we said when we started KPR Network. Michelle is an example of that. Each one teach one, each one reach one. We are KPR Network for the people. Peace.
Bye.